Hello, I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, aka Doc, with another one of these little videos designed to help you to get through these strange days in which we find ourselves, and these are strange days indeed. Recession-proof your life was the word I heard about 3 weeks before the pandemic hit. And I thought, how odd is that? Because the economy was doing quite well. People were prospering. There's money to be had. Then all of a sudden the pandemic hit and we had shutdown and recession. And I understood why I heard that word, recession-proof your life. Of course, in the meantime, I had preached a series of messages on recession-proofing your life. Now, let me give you a little background on that. Back in the early 80s, late 70s, we were in Lima, Ohio, a quintessential Rust Belt city. And we had a terrible economy. We had double-digit inflation. We had double-digit interest rates. We had double-digit unemployment. And in our neighborhood, that was 25%. While I was pastoring there, I went out to Southern California to preach a revival in Orange County, which was at that time the richest county per capita in the United States. As we were driving down the road one day in the pastor's Cadillac, he turned and he said, "Have you seen how your income has gone down during this recession?" And I looked at him, I thought for a moment, I said, "No, actually ours has gone up." And he said, "We're down 25%. So I thought, I'm going to find out what's going on. When I went back home, I started asking people, what's going on? Because I knew we had double-digit inflation, double-digit interest rates, 25% unemployment in our neighborhood. What's going on? And everyone had a story of how God was supernaturally providing in their lives. Some of them were laid off from various factories. They had little side jobs. They started little businesses. Everyone had a story of supernatural supply. Deuteronomy 8:18 said, "But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth." Now, that word wealth doesn't mean lifestyles of the rich and famous. It means the power, the ability to accumulate resources. That's what wealth really is. It's an accumulation of resources. It's having what you need when you need it. Now, fast forward to 2020. We're going through this great recession. I'm preaching this series of messages, recession-proofing your life. And a young man out in a western state who watches these videos got a hold of that word, recession-proof your life. And he asked himself this question. I just heard this testimony last week. He said, what does it mean to recession-proof our lives? He and his wife talked about that. And he said to me when he shared the testimony, now, when you're 25 years old, recession-proofing your life is far different from when you're 65. He's in the financial industry, and he thought, then they borrowed $10,000 and made an investment. And here was his testimony. He said, recession-proof your life. He said, that spoke to my spirit. That's what we did. That investment has turned into $300,000. And by the time I'm 27, we're on track to be millionaires. And I said, recession-proof your life indeed. But thou shalt remember the Lord thy God, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth. I want you to expect prosperity to manifest even in these strange days. I want you to expect abundance. I want you to expect to have sufficient resources to do what you need to do when you want to do it. And if you'll trust God, and if you'll recession-proof your life, you're going to experience what Jesus called life, and that more abundantly. This Sunday at Aspire Church, I have got a powerful message on spiritual warfare. I don't preach much on spiritual warfare because the devil's defeated and Jesus is Lord. And this Sunday, I'll show you how. I'll show you why. In the message called Raising Hell. That's raise, R-A-Z-E, as in bring down, not raise as in R-A-I-S-E, raise up. We're going to bring down the gates of hell, and you're going to experience the blessing of God in your life. You want to hear this message. More than that, you want to share it with someone else. Join me on the live stream at aspirechurch.tv. That's live stream aspirechurch.tv. On Facebook at Aspire Church TV. Facebook Aspire Church TV. Live stream aspirechurch.tv. Sunday morning, and now it's going to be Eastern Daylight Time. 10 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time this Sunday morning. It's going to be powerful stuff and will cause you to prevail over the principalities and powers that will come against your life. I'm Dr. Leon Stutzman, a.k.a. Doc. Thanks for joining me.